Has slavery ended today, or has it only changed form? When the nature of money changed in 1971, the limits of our freedom were redrawn as well. But there is an even bigger question than that.
Imagine having a wallet that never runs out. Every time you spend money, more than what you spent returns to your wallet. Sounds impossible? In reality, the modern financial system works exactly like that.
And the country doing it on the largest scale is the United States. Today, we are going to talk about how a state lends money to itself, how it buys its own debt, and how this endless cycle keeps the world standing. If you enjoy content about money, power, and how invisible systems really work, do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Because what you are about to hear is not only economics, it is the backstage of the current order. Now think about this. You max out your credit cards. Then, you turn around and lend yourself money to pay that debt off. Sounds ridiculous, right? If an ordinary person did this, they would be bankrupt within a few months. But America has been doing this for decades. How? The government wants to spend money. Tax revenues are not enough. To close the gap, it issues bonds. In other words, it tells investors, lend me money now, and I will repay you later with interest. Banks buy these bonds, funds buy them, pension institutions buy them, foreign governments buy them. But the most powerful buyer is often none of these. The most powerful buyer is the American Central Bank. The Federal Reserve. This is exactly where the game changes. The Fed does not need to collect taxes in order to buy bonds. It does not need to build savings. It can create new money digitally. Numbers appear on a computer screen. New dollars come into existence. And with that money, government bonds are purchased. So the government borrows. The central bank creates money. Then it buys that debt. From the outside, it looks like America is financing itself. In a way, it is. This system becomes especially active during times of crisis. During the 2008 financial crisis, trillions of dollars in bonds were bought. During the pandemic, the same thing happened again on an even larger scale. Stimulus checks were distributed. Markets were supported. Companies were rescued. The question is, where did that money come from? Most of the time, the answer was the same: newly created money. It may sound like magic, but we know no magic comes without a cost. The cost of this system does not directly fall on Washington or Wall Street. Most of the time, the cost falls on you. How? Through inflation. As new money enters the system, the value of the money already in your hands is diluted. You pay more at the store. Your savings melt away. Your wages cannot keep up with prices. That is why inflation is the silent tax most people feel but cannot name. The state does not take directly from your pocket. It takes by reducing the value of your money. And this is where the second problem begins: dependency. America has been running deficits for decades. Debt keeps growing. It has reached trillions of dollars. In the past, foreign countries eagerly bought this debt. China, Japan, and other major players saw American bonds as a safe haven. But the world is changing. Some countries are diversifying their reserves. They are buying gold. Trade outside the dollar is being discussed. New blocs are searching for alternative systems. So trust is not infinite. And the real foundation of this system is trust more than money. If people trust American bonds, the game continues. If they trust the dollar, the wheel keeps turning. But if trust cracks, things can change quickly. History has shown this many times. Britain financed its empire with debt. In the end, the burden became too heavy. France financed wars with debt. In the end, the system exploded. Weimar Germany tried to cover debts by printing money. The result was disaster. Today, America is playing the same game in a more sophisticated form. The difference is this. This time, the center of the game is the dollar, the world's reserve currency. Oil is priced in dollars. Global trade moves in dollars. Central banks hold dollars as reserves. This gives America an extraordinary advantage. It issues debt. The world buys it. The system continues, but no order is guaranteed forever. So, why should this matter to you? Because this is not an abstract economic topic. This system affects your grocery bill. It affects your rent. It affects interest rates. It affects your retirement. It affects the value of your savings. In other words,
What happens on central bank balance sheets reaches all the way into your kitchen. The real lesson is this: government debt is not free. Money printing has an invisible cost, and if trust disappears, even the strongest systems can shake. That is why financial literacy is not only about learning to invest, it is about seeing the game behind the curtain. Ask yourself these questions. If inflation rises, will my savings survive? If money loses value, can I protect my income? If the system shakes, am I prepared? Because when this game breaks, the bill is usually paid not by elites first, but by the public. History does not repeat exactly, but it speaks in rhyme. And the story you heard today has happened many times before. Borrowing forever, buying your own debt, and believing it can continue forever. Every illusion has an end. The only question is when. If this video gave you a new perspective, do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, because on this channel, we do not only talk about history, we help you understand today.